Hello from the National Weather Service in Pocatello. This is the planning briefing for eastern Idaho on May the 4th. A couple of highlights that we're looking at this week. Looking at Tuesday morning, some areas of frost developing as temperatures drop down into the low to mid 30s. And then on Wednesday, we're expecting a very windy day, especially in the afternoon and evening, so we can see some wind gusts 45 miles an hour, maybe even up to 50 miles an hour, and that could produce some areas of blowing dust across the region. So, a current look at our satellite image, we can see upper level system just off the coast of Washington and Oregon. We're going to be watching that as that progresses through the next couple of days, because that's the system that's going to bring us the winds here on Wednesday. Currently over southeastern Idaho, there are some mid and upper level clouds that are kind of moving out of the area. That's associated with that previous system that moved through yesterday, so we're just seeing some lingering cloud cover over that. Rest of today looks like it's going to be fairly clear. Some mild temperatures today, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Overview for the coming week. Once again, frost expected in the Snake Plain on Tuesday, as those temperatures once again drop into the low to mid 30s. And then on Wednesday, we're going to see that weather system move in from the Pacific, and that's going to give us some blowing dust here, particularly in the Snake Plain, maybe in the Magic Valley. Very strong winds coming across the area, and then maybe even in the Salmon area, looking at some afternoon thunderstorms as that system moves through and the associated cold front moves through. Looking at some high temperatures today up in the 60s, just a little bit below normal, but very close to normal. The winds might be a little breezy today, so that temperature might be a little bit cool. It might feel a little bit cooler than that, so just keep that in mind. Overnight low temperatures tonight, once again, we're looking at those temperatures dropping into the low to mid 30s, and that's prompted us to issue a frost advisory for the morning hours tomorrow, between about 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. If you do have any plants, you might want to bring those inside if they're sensitive to the cooler temperatures, or cover those up. And here once again is the extent of that frost advisory, covering all the way from Craters of the Moon down to Pocatello, and even up to Rexburg and up towards the St. Anthony area. So once again, if you have temperatures, if you have plants that are sensitive to these cooler temperatures, you might want to try to bring those inside and or cover them up. Here's a look at some of the wind gusts we're expecting on Wednesday as that weather system pushes on through. This is Wednesday afternoon. Already seeing some wind gusts up to close to 40 miles an hour across much of the Snake River Plain, and that will intensify as we head into Wednesday evening. Wind gusts 40 to 45 miles an hour expected across the INL and all the way towards Blackfoot up in Idaho Falls. Once again, those winds may be strong enough to be pushing around some blowing dust, very much like we saw yesterday with some of the blowing dust up in the Idaho Falls area up around Roberts. So keep that in mind. If you're traveling on Wednesday, once again, you're going to be seeing some very windy conditions. Blowing dust is very likely, and looking at some frost in the morning hours tomorrow morning. So, and that's going to conclude our briefing for this morning. We'll be seeing you and talking to you again on tomorrow. Hope you all have a great day.